Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We were not actually planning to stream today. Impromptu. Turned out I had a little bit of time the way scheduling my day worked out. I was able to join. We're only going to have a couple of hours. Only a couple of hours, but hopefully we can test some stuff. I guess the test server's shutting down in like 1 hour 15, right? And yeah, basically I've been playing for a little bit. Let me open up the changes first real quick, just so we can discuss them. So here we've got the changes from today. This is the stuff that they've published today. Okay. Hello. So I can talk about my feelings and experiences so far with each vocation. Okay. First of all, we've got the night changes to front sweep, and honestly, front sweep slaps big time. It only takes 50 points to have this plus 40% base power on the 80, which brings it to 112, which is 3.5 times as large as Ixori Mass. Plus, it leeches crazy because it's so powerful. Honestly, with those changes to Ixori Min, I don't really know when you would ever use Ixori Mass. I guess maybe at a super high level where the charm damage is just so valuable. I guess maybe if you're hunting Rotten Blood, right, maybe you'll use Ixori Mass over Ixori Min just for the higher chance of charm procs. But it slaps so hard. It slaps so hard. I just do not think you ever use Ixori Mass anymore. I will talk about the Druid in a minute. I've just been testing the Druid a little bit. And yeah, then we have this shape of 5 squares, which is also incredible. Although that is a big investment, I was not able to test this, but that's obviously going to be pretty good as well. Death Echo, yes, Death Echo on Curse is already working, and it's amazing. I've been testing the Sorcerer the most today, and boy, it's fun. It's really fun. I finally feel it. I left a bunch of feedback too. About it. Let me pull it up real quick. Hello. Let me pull it up real quick. Where is it? Sorcerer. New spell. I think I left it here. Yeah. Here is my feedback. Basically, this edit spell functionality on the testing without us. Yeah, I had a bunch of work to do this morning, so I was only like testing bits here for a few minutes. But yeah, the edit spell functionality is really good, and I think they should standardize it and enhance it with more options. You know, cast on feet, cast on target, cast on crosshair, cast on mouse pointer. And they should also include the aim at target with it, and enhance it to have waves for casting at mouse position. So basically take the auto aim thingy that they've already implemented with the monk release, but change it from aim at target to aim at mouse position. And that would be really, really good for waves. And I think this is like a perfect opportunity to ask for this kind of feature, as they are working with this edit spell functionality. So fingers crossed they read it, they take it seriously, maybe they add it. But bottom line, even without it, it feels really, really good. Like Death Echo feels really, really good. I think it's going to be a cornerstone of basically any rotation that you have as an MS. So we'll see. Does that mean? And Ixori Min is set to replace Ixori Master here. Yes, I think so. Yes. And does this mean you will play this Sorcerer right after the rebalances on live servers? Potentially. We're now back to like this dilemma. Do we go Sorcerer? Do we go Paladin? Both of them feel good to me now. And I will probably choose the one that I think is less likely to be nerfed. Anyway, feels good, dude. I may go back to playing Tibia if they implement number 4. Okay, in that case, dude, log onto the forum, quote my post, and say +1. If you want this number 4 to be implemented, the more people sort of draw their attention to it, the more likelihood they'll actually do it. I'm not sure that they will actually do this for the rebalance, but I think it's a pretty good candidate for a summer update feature. So yeah, just I suggest you people say join in and mention like this guy did. Smirdolas basically gave it a +1, saying that 0.4 is absolutely on point. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed they listen on that one. I think it's a good time to ask for this kind of feature. Anyways, going back to the overall changes added today, like I said, Knight Ixori Min, very, very powerful. I do see it replacing Ixori Mass for basically 95% of Knight situations. Like I said, maybe very high level hunts where you actually have like 10, 12 monsters around you that you're going to hit with Ixori Mass. Hope for the Charm procs. Even so, I'm not sure if this doesn't kill Ixori Mass altogether. Paladin was nerfed a little bit with the base damage of Divine Barrage. I wasn't expecting it, but I expected them to nerf the sniper stance sharpshooter, but they instead nerfed the base damage of Divine Barrage. Kind of weird. They decreased it by 25, which was looks like about 15%, and then they added plus 15 base damage to the wheel. So, guess you just need more of a wheel investment. How did Knight feel? I mean, it felt fine. It's just I don't know what the rotation to go for, because it's weird. Like Knight has so many spells now, and I feel like a lot of them won't be usable. If Front Sweep is as good as this, it seems, you're just going to be back to the old school Ixori, Gran Ixori, Ixori Min rotation. So Ixori Mass goes in the bin, and I guess the new Shield Slam spell. I don't know where that fits in. Maybe sometimes you use it if you feel like you're about to die. You use this Shield Slam as a defensive measure, right? Maybe it's okay for team hunting, but I think a solo EK probably just uses Front Sweep now. I don't see any other scenario with this kind of base power. Yeah, Paladin was nerfed a bit, but nothing really major. Hello, Magic. Selling my +1 for 50 Tibia coins. Oh, I don't care that. I don't care that much, Latiso. Don't get that much. Sorcerer has this Death Echo change, which is just amazing. Like, we're going to probably play some Sorcerer on stream now. I've been testing it out. It feels really good. If they enhance auto aim at cursor, and then basically your waves and your Death Echo are all going on cursor, it'd be so comfortable, dude. It'd be so good. I really hope they listen, because it's going to feel really, really good. And it's basically going to solve Sorcerer solo hunting issues. And then we have the changes to the Druid, where they basically buffed Forked Glacier and Forked Thorns. They buffed them. I mean, they increased the base damage by approximately 10 to 15%. They've lowered the level requirement, which again, I think is a must-have. I mean, I don't know why it was 120. It's weird. Now it's 80 and 90. I still think it's a little on the higher end, but okay. It's a bit better. And they've also actually added some augments, which are pretty cool. Finally, we get this -2 seconds cooldown, so you will be able to get these forks to 4 seconds cooldown. So theoretically, you can just rotate 2 of them, depending on if they both work at the hunt. I still don't think it's that great. I don't know. I tested the 4-second forked thorns at the Gazer Spectres on my level 300 Druid, and I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it hits enough targets. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to Druid. Druid is out of all the 4 vocations, 5 vocations. I apologize. Druids are people too, as we keep saying. Let's not forget about the Druids. Of the 5 vocations that we have, Druids are the one that seem like they need the most work. Honestly, Monk, the way it is, they could just leave it. Sorcerer, the way it is, they could just leave it. Paladin, the way it is, they could just leave it. I don't know about the Sharpshooter. Maybe it's a little too strong. Anyway, Paladin is okay. Knight is also more or less okay the way it is. 4 out of 5 vocations the test server could just finish now and they'd be fine. Druid, I don't know. I think Druid still needs something. Like, these forks, not enough yet, you know? What changed for Sorcerer? Well, they finally just made it, you cast that cursor position, so it's basically smart cast for Death Echo. Much more comfortable. We forking. Hey, Luquinho. I saw you spamming that to me. Yes, I don't know if we are forking. I don't know if we are. Change wave size of Grand Free Growth from Augment 1 to Augment 2. That could do it too. I think I suggested that as well. That could help. It's just so far, like, I don't know, maybe it feels better at a high level. I don't think so. But like it's just you just still don't have a rotation, right? You still don't have a rotation for a druid. You're still gonna be casting a bunch of runes. I mean, feels like the rebalance was about not making runes unnecessary and bit of a, like an alternative way to deal damage. But druid still has to be using runes like all the time. It doesn't make sense, right?
Druid's more like doofus.
Too right. Think the monk change today is kind of big, right? So this, yeah, I was surprised to see this as well. This was around the healing in a Sayo, right? Now you can ultra spam fork druid, yeah, but it's still the spell's still on that good though. Even you have this level 500 and you spam both of them. Where do you actually make like good hunt, good results? Summer court, I guess. I guess 2 upgraded forks at Summer Court would be pretty good. But you know, you need to be like level 500 for it, and you're gonna be doing like what 5k raw. Great, a level 400 EK can make 6.5 there. You know, Luquinho, I like the way they function. I just don't think they're good enough for like long term. They're not versatile or strong enough to be like the core identity of the druid. I think there's potential there. I don't know. I feel like they need to have like +2 targets, +1 jump range, and maybe be like 4 seconds cooldown base. Like they're kind of unusable without being 4 seconds cooldown, and hiding behind the wheel also kind of unnecessary to me. I don't know. I just don't think you can make Druid's identity around those 2 spells. They're just not good enough. Range targets, yeah, exactly. Maybe give Amprez to Druid. I don't know. Sorcerer feels a lot better. Sorcerer I finally had fun as a sorcerer. I finally had fun as a sorcerer. The identity is the healing. Well, you don't heal when you're solo, right? I always talk about solo. Oh, and by the way, the new Amprez for the EK, I don't think it's good enough. I think it kind of sucks. Yeah, oh yeah, I even forgot to mention. Yeah, there is one. Oh, you mean about this, Yukicha? I don't know, maybe. Do you think they're going to publish their week 3 changes today? Test servers down in 1 hour. Maybe they'll publish the planned changes for week 3 today. Ping me if somebody sees them. Monk chain mechanics, I don't think is that much better. I would personally probably just give up chain. At a high enough level, I think you just go Flurry of Blows as the main builder with like Flurry of Blows, base damage, gem, and wheel. And then you just go for 1,000 Fizz Blows as the filler builder, and you just forget chain. I don't know. That requires a lot more testing, but I didn't think that the chain logic really changed all that much, to be honest. Can you show Paladin changes? They're like barely anything. They just nerfed the Divine Barrage a little bit, base damage. I'm happy. What do I think about Paladin changes? Overall, I'm very happy about the Paladin changes. I never liked the old Utito without being able to heal, so I'm glad that's gone. The power is nice. The skipping runes is nice. Having two spells, 2 new spells for a rotation feels very good. Feels very good. No phase 3 changes yet. If we go by last week, they would publish the planned changes today after the test servers close in about 1 hour or so, I would think. I want chain spell for MS. Yeah, I mean, we can't just give chains to everybody though, right? Even if thematically it might make sense. Sorcerer looks cool to play. It is. It is. We're going to play some Sorcerer now because I'm actually having tons of fun on the Sorcerer. So let me grab some proficiency catalysts. So we get the Soul Tainter proficiency 7. And then we can go somewhere because I really had a lot of fun on the Sorcerer, actually. Look at this, though, by the way. Look at this testing, right? Why did they make it PvP? It's so stupid. Whatever. Although something that I was thinking about is the proficiency on the Soul Tainted. A lot of it is not that good anymore, right? If you're going for like a fire rotation, for example, what do you pick like in this fourth quadrant, right? You have crit chance for death spells and runes, great death beam, and offensive runes. Like you don't use runes, you don't use great death beam. I guess you go for crit chance for death spells. I guess that still works even if you convert the death echo into fire, right? But it's like, feels like a lot of perks are kind of sus now, where they're not going to be all that good. Anyways, test things in PvP. Yeah, you can tell how much people are actually testing the PvP stuff, right? Everyone's just fucking around. I haven't seen anyone actually talking about any proper PvP testing. So when do I think this vocation update will go live? I would guess the 2nd of June. If I had to guess, I would say the 2nd of June. I guess 26th, 27th is still theoretically possible. I think unlikely, though. Pushing your open season on a test server. Please no. Let me test. Which wand is good now in terms of proficiency? I don't really think there's proficiency impacts very much. You go with like Lion Wand into Soul Tainter into Sanguine, right? I don't really think much changes. Nice, Zim. Nice. I'm playing MS and I'm feeling amazing. My raw jumped. Yep. Yeah, so I think, yeah, you go for Beam Mastery T1. You definitely want to pick up the T1 Death Echo. Well, you need, 225 points, right, for T1 Death Echo. And from then, Sorcerer feels great. So I guess you need like level 270 or so, depending on how many weekly points you've got. But yeah, from around level 270, Sorcerer is going to be great. As soon as the Death Echo is 4 seconds, going to be plenty of fun. Is Dan still a Monk and Druid? I think Monk is fine. I don't know why people complain about Monk. The thing is, Monk is the most recent vocation. It was released 1 year ago. And it's pretty modern. It didn't need that many changes. So it's understandable that he's not been changed. He's not been reworked, right? He's just having some little tweaks to address his weaknesses, and that's it. Monk was never going to be the vocation that sees the most changes. If forks are not enough now, what would be your proposed changes for them to work? I mean, my suggested... My suggested change was to lean into the stances that the Sorcerer has, which I really like. Make an Ice stance, Earth stance, and Physical stance. Add some physical spells, like a Physical Fork and Physical something else. And then you could really have like some alternative rotations. God damn it. I made it so expensive. How do you still have the channel points to keep redeeming this crap? I guess not expensive enough. The druids are better chained than monks?
Hello.
I'd probably, let me just disable some of these. Let me disable Otehuyu Bobja. All right.
Ja, babze, a ty chuju, babze. Kurwa, bober.
I want to talk.
Ja, babze, a ty chuju, babze. Kurwa, bober.
There we go. Unfortunately, you can't put a timer on and kick, I think. On Twitch, you can put a timer, so you can redeem them once every 5 or 10 minutes. So you're hard capped by that. On Kick, you can only cap them by points. Anyway, anyways, where was I? You know what? I don't know if I was a monk, would I prefer the Druid fork over Chained Penance? I don't know. It would be fine. It would be better. The thing is, monk can choose his element, and that's the nice part about monk, right? He can go physical, earth, and energy, and he
For
can
my
just...
Swedish friends, by chair 10.
He can just choose the element, and then the forks would be good. Like the druid suffers from his elements, I think. Earth and ice are just not all that versatile. Can I check what changed with Sorcerer from yesterday? You can do it on cast on cursor, which feels very good. So we can go somewhere. Let's just choose a respawn. So I stop fucking around. Let's go Winter Court, because I was doing that earlier at Winter Court and it felt really, really good. Yeah, PvP on stage 2 is weird. The damage and targets are now better on Druid. I don't know about targets. I think Chain does more targets, no? You think the solo monk should prioritize Sanctuary in the wheel now? I do. I think Sanctuary, considering it's also in the Flurry of Blows quadrant, or Flurry of Blows perk area. Yes, I think Sanctuary as is will likely be the go-to wheel. The EK Empress Blows, yep. They'll change it. They have to change it. If it's released like this. Awful. Will you test Druid today as well? I don't like testing Druid because I don't have a proper character for it. Like, it's better. I tested it a little bit by myself. I went to Gazers, but it still didn't feel very good. I don't know. Druid is just doomed. No, Hutch, no, thank you. Test? It's test. We're on test. It's still on for another 50 minutes or so. So the Paladin grade received that change too. Yep. Yeah, this edit spell stuff is really good. For anybody who hasn't seen this, let me see if I can pull it up somewhere. Yeah, you now have a cast with crosshair and cast at mouse position. And I think they should really enhance this even more. And they should add like cast on self and cast on target and aim at target and aim at mouse position as well for like waves. They should really add more options here and just have them all within this edit spell functionality. And then you can just, for all valid spells, right? There's a bunch of spells now in the game which all have a different stuff that would be, that could have different options, right? That would be perfect. I left that feedback. Hopefully they listen. But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, yeah, so now we're gonna try the fire wave into fire echo rotation, which feels great. Like, it just follows your mouse. And I can just spam the multi-action and it just goes where I want it to go. And there's one funny bug. Let me just show you the bug first. You can cast it on one floor and it'll follow you down. It follows the floor, so you can kind of stair hop with it. So you can go cast it, go down, and it hits stuff here. So yeah, there's it's clearly bugged. It's definitely saving like the reference to the location of the character somehow. So yeah, I'll hit it here, pop it, go up, and it'll hit here. So it's obviously a bug. They'll fix that, I'm sure. But yeah. And also this, I think this is also linked to an issue where, like, if you cast it and then hide like behind a wall, then it's like not gonna. Yeah, it cuts off. It cuts off certain squares. So I think basically the spell like internally keeps track of where the position of the player is for some reason, and then their behavior is changed depending on the player position. But it shouldn't be like that, right? It should be independent. Once you cast it at a certain spot, it should be like stuck to that spot. So there's a bug. I'm sure they'll fix it though. Hello. Anyway, let's reset the analyzer. I think there's someone else here though, unfortunately. So I don't think we're gonna get a very good test. But I can tell you that it feels good. Like, that's the thing. I always complained about the wave in playstyle. And, you know, I still don't love the waves. But the fact that I can use this this echo every 4 seconds that hits everywhere where I hit, I don't need to position in any particular way. It really feels good to use. So I'm happy. I'm definitely happy. Have you tried Deep Link Fork? No. What's so good about Deep Link Fork? What's the modifier? What's the augment that makes it so good? Or the proficiency? Is there a specific reason you don't use UE? No, it's just because I haven't got Tibia Vision properly set up. If I want to use UE, I'm gonna need to have Tibia Vision set up where I keep track of my cooldown of UE. But it doesn't work on a test server, so no, I just don't use it because I don't care about the UE. I'm not here to test UE. Obviously, UE is great. Use it off cooldown, whatever, yada yada. But I don't actually care about that. You know, I'm not that pushing experience here. I'm testing the feeling of the new rotation, and yeah, I can tell you it feels a million times better now that we have a spell that isn't like 1 SQM wide that you can use wherever you want. Feels good, dude. And it looks cool as hell as well, which is a bonus. Have you tried EK? Yeah, I tried a bit of EK. Sorry, Min is like really strong now too. It really slaps. I guess we can UE in this room. Yeah, MS is actually fun now. I'm actually, for the first time in my life, I'm actually playing MS, and I'm thinking I don't hate it, you know? If they make that extra change where you can aim your waves at cursor, oh my god. Do you think Exori Min will be nerfed? Not sure. After all these years, it does seem a little too strong, perhaps. MS is good because Death Echo is basically like a rune. Except it's not a rune, so you don't have to deal with item usage cooldowns. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Death Echo is basically a rune now. But yeah, it just feels good. Flam Hor should start with a free SQM hitbox. Yeah, it's basically a beam at that point, but yes, I would prefer that too, of course. Sorry, Minovik. Sorry, Mas. Yep. Hey, Rune. Thank you for the host. Oh, that just made me realize that my host notifications are broken. I feel like people may have been hosting me without me realizing. There was no pop-up. Anyway, thank you very much for the host, Rune. Welcome. But yes, indeed, Exori Min feels much better. It slaps. The Ampress is shit, though. Indeed, yeah, the Ampress is not good. This is why I was always surprised people complained about the EK Ampress. I always thought it was the best Ampress available. So people complained about it, and now you get this crap. So Druid solo as bad as they say? I think so. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling Druid. I'm not feeling Druid. I'm feeling MS a lot more. If only the fire wave was indeed a little bit wider at the beginning, then it would be incredible. Yeah, Death Echo feels very, very good. And you can just use that in every rotation, right? It can be part of every rotation. Yeah, it'd be a beam. Yeah, I know. Thoughts on the physical barrage range increase being removed from the wheel? I was honestly, I was surprised that the size increase was still there. It was clear to me that they added it for the original version 1, and for version 2, I thought it was strange that they kept in physical barrage size increase. Yeah, not surprised to see that removed. I think they just kind of forgot. Have you tried lightning? No, I haven't actually. Let me try in a sec. Okay. It could be a good finisher, right? What is the... I'm going to have to check the base damage of lightning. I suppose it could be like an actually good spell for like finishing. Say now I have 3 monsters here, right? Maybe using lightning here would be like good, right? I could see it. Is RP top? I don't know. I think everybody's going to have some fun. I think Paladin's going to... Look, for me, I'm happy with basically all the changes, like except Druid, I guess. I'd be happy with the Sorcerer as is. I'd be happy with the Paladin as is. I'd be happy with the EK as is. And I'd be happy with the Monk as is. So I think Druid is the only one that really still needs changes, right? Does it even have better damage than a wave, the lightning? I don't know. I would hope so. I mean, otherwise, what's the point of it? It feels like a strong single target spell, so if it's weaker than a wave, what the hell is the point? Did you like the Monk contest? Yeah, I like it. It's not changing a whole lot, though, but I always knew it's not going to change a lot because it's already a good vocation, you know? Yes, Exorcista, that's what it means. If you have like 50 mantra, all your auto attacks are just going to be hitting for 50 more. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So now solo MS is not using GFB runes? No, solo MS will not be using any runes. Basically ever, I imagine. Except, you know, Death Echo is kind of like a GFB rune. 5x5. Except it hits twice as well. New stair hopping tech. Yeah, yeah, they'll fix it. Yeah, but it's a bit bugged right now. Anyway, definitely look, this spell echo definitely feels really good. Ah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Shouldn't you be using exposed weakness stands? Yeah, sure. That's another bug that they still have in the game. They have the stances reset on death. So whenever you, and obviously on the test server, you die a lot because it's like a free TP, but then your stances get reset. So yes, of course, yeah, you should be using the stance. Doesn't really matter though. Not that big a deal. But look, by the way, I am like really not focusing very much. I'm just kind of chilling, right? I'm talking. I'm not really an MS expert. And we're doing 4.4 raw, 8 minutes in. So this is like a good result, I think, for Winter Court, right? I don't even know what Winter Court caps at. But this feels pretty high for Winter Court, and I'm really not even focusing very much. I guess we'll be doing like 5.5 or something. Not even using UE, not even using like potions and shit. And chatting on stream, right? I don't know, feels good. Feels good, I think. And no charms either, nothing. And look how like they're melting and stuff. Very, very good. Yogic ended. I don't have another one, so yeah. Tough. And wearing a miner's ice chest. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I am obviously a little over leveled for this spot, but still though, like it feels really good. I think Tipsoft finally kind of cooked for the solo mages. Still improvements to be made, but it's actually fun. Except for solo druids. Unlucky. Yeah, we're already doing 5.1 raw 10 minutes in. Like, that's really good, dude. For Winter Court? Yeah. And again, this is me, like, really scuffed, you know? When do you predict these changes will land on production? I imagine 2nd of June or so. I would love it if it was like 26, 27, because I have time off work that week, so we can have lots of long streams, but I think it's probably going to be later than that. Okay, here I've kind of messed up, and it would be better if I position myself much better there, but it's still hard sometimes, right, with the sorcerer to position yourself properly for the waves, but it is what it is. Still feels a million times better. And you're unkillable as well with the buffer. You don't even need to care about your health. .5 raw 11 minutes in. Like that's I don't know. I think that's really good for Winter Court, dude. We're probably gonna hit 6 raw, bro. Let me just focus. So see if we can peak at 6 raw, because I feel like we can. And no animus, no charms. Not all that focused. Ah, damn it. How is it with barrier? Barrier is like great, right? It's probably a little too strong, I'm not gonna lie. I think barrier may be a little too strong, and it may see some changes still. Poor druids, yeah. I don't know. Sorcerer is good. Like, I'm gonna have a dilemma now where someone came in. Okay, never mind. 5.7 raw in 12 minutes with nothing. No charms, no praise, no animus, no real good equipment and stuff either. I think it's great, dude. Barry should have a duration and then a cooldown following it. Maybe. Not looting. Looting doesn't matter. You just loot the next lap or something. Looting like shouldn't reduce. If you know how to play, looting shouldn't really reduce your EXP basically at all. Test on Goannas? Yeah, could go Goannas. We can go wherever. This one for sure get nerfed before the release like number 1. It looks like a Monk V2. No, chatter. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Feels great. Goannas is death rotation. I don't know. Is it? Hey, my friend, what do you expect to be the best solo vocation post rebalance? Sorcerer or Paladin? Or Monk or EK? No, not the Druid. It's hard to say. I honestly think at this point every vocation is going to be fun. except the druid, unless they really improve them somehow. Because when you do video guides, please start with druid. Hey, Mindflayer, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. Right now, it's looking like druid is going to be the last one. I think we're going to go... Sorcerer and Paladin are my first two. Now, the order is undecided yet. Paladin probably going to have a bigger viewership just because there's more Paladins in the game. More people who play Paladin and maybe more interested in Paladin. Sorcerer may be a little bit more fun. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Where's the range increase in Monk's Chain, bro? I don't know why they're so stubborn about it. So, Goannas, did you say Goannas are good? I don't think I have. Oh, I have those in Bestiary. Look at that. The Fire and Death is okay on the Goannas, but I'm assuming it's probably not good on the Sphinxes, right? Yeah, there you have 115 versus 80. What's the other one? Manticore? Yeah, okay. So you'd have to have Death rotation, right? Yeah, we could try Savvy. Sorcerer is very good. Sorcerer is very good now. I would be happy with Sorcerer as is. Even if they don't make any more changes. Most monsters that are Goanna, so you'd rather go for energy. It's not such a big depends. I guess depends on the lap you hunt, but there's a lot of feral sphinxes and stuff as well. I don't think so. So there's those 100 energy, 100 death. 100 energy, 115 death. Yeah, maybe 120 energy. 100, yeah, it probably is energy. The energy rotation feels worse than the fire or death rotations, but yeah, you're probably right. It should be energy. But I kind of want to go for the death rotation. It's more fun. Did I adjust the proficiency? Death magic level? Doesn't matter. We're still going to be using I don't think so. I think you still want to go like this. Oh, magic 7.5 extra crit damage for death spells and runes. The thing is, the fire spell that you convert or the energy spells you convert to death do not benefit from the death stuff. Druid's still solid on Team Hunt. Yeah, of course. It's still going to be solid on Team Hunt. Is Monk healing more now? I don't think Monk is going to be healing more. No. How to deal with mana drain? If you have a real problem with it, then you've got a minor charm called Void Inversion. You unlock that and you put that on the monster that's doing the mana drain, and that's your best way of dealing with it. No other real way to deal with it. All right, let's have a look. All right, there's Lamassus as well. I guess I should put charms on, right? Feels kind of good though already. This felt pretty good. Let me see if I can put some charms on. Hey, Vista. Utilizing death elements for so much aura. That is, yeah, one way of looking at it. Yeah, sure thing. Go on. Let's go. Yeah, I think crit charms. Crit charms are going to be good. I don't have any more points for any other charms, though, unfortunately. Let me get some Void's call here. All right, let's see if we can do 15 minutes here. I do not have any better equipment, nor do I even have the earth protection. It's fire protection here, no? Oh, I don't have. Do I have Suncatcher? I don't think I have Suncatcher. Oh, I do. I have Suncatcher. That's something. All right. Shame I don't have Amulet of Fury. Can I go and upgrade it? Nah, fuck it. It doesn't matter. I don't have any other equipment here. Utito and defense stance? But yeah, flimsies are very good for paladin now. All right, let me reset this, and all right, let's go. Still got to deal with ranged monsters somehow, which I don't think is going to be that fun. I suppose actually you can run around the ranged monsters and just hit them with the death echo and they will die, right? You can run around the death monsters. You kind of can't do it in a spawn where you run in like big circles like in Ingo. I guess it will be a little bit more clumsy. But in a spawn like this, if you can run around the ranged monsters, then it kind of works. Ah, I think is there someone here? Looks like there might be someone here. Whoop. And the safety of the barrier though, dude. Oh my god. I don't know. Feels good. Feels good, right? Looks good. Looks good and feels good. Oh, well, I hope I just messed up a wave, but you know, ignore that. It looks like death damage doesn't work on the Ogre Sage, though. Oh, barrier proc. Yeah, Goannas feel good actually. I think it was going to be a good respawn for Sorcerer after rebalance. You can kite around the ranged monsters quite effectively. Does barrier have cooldown? No, it has no cooldown. I think the moment they add cooldown to it, though, it's useless. I don't know. I feel the whole point of it is to let sorcerers and druids just push harder without like being at risk of death all the time. Like the risk of death really prevents mages from going really hard, which really limits their experience. But yeah, buffer now really lets them go a little bit, well, a lot crazier. Immune to death is a little too strong. I get it. I do think it's a little too strong. I don't know how I'd nerf it though. I don't know, just maybe increase the multiplier even more, like from 8 to 12 or something. I don't know. It does feel strong, but It feels hella fun though. I finally enjoy playing a sorcerer. At this rate, if things aren't changed terribly much, we may actually be going for that sorcerer playthrough first after all. And I wonder, you know what? I wonder if it's a two spell multi-action. I wonder if you can even stick like an Exura Vita as the third multi-action on it to like only spam one button. I'm almost kind of tempted to try it. Have a Fire Wave, Death Echo, Exura Vita multi-action for like giga chill. What would be your energy rotation? Energy wave into death beam. No, sorry. Energy wave into death echo into energy wave, death echo, energy beam. For that, you're gonna have to beam mastery T1, but it's only level 300. Okay, energy would be better here. Like so yeah, we're not even really using the right. We're not even using the right rotation here. Also having fatal hold would have been a good idea here, but I forgot. The teasers are on the horizon, but definitely not as soon as next week. Yeah, not surprised. Will there be any tutorial on how to use rotation per elemental? I guess so, but it will also depend on the level, though. Like once you got greater gems and stuff, and different levels of beam mastery and energy wave size will probably impact in which rotations you use energy beam. So yeah, there's gonna be yeah, we're probably are gonna have some sort of guide on rotations. But honestly, for fire and death, it really looks like it's just Fire Wave plus Death Echo. So those are going to be pretty simple. 2 spells, right? And then just UE off cooldown. Aye. Still need to practice more for sure. Like I'm not particularly experienced at this playstyle, but I can feel that it'll be good. Now, what are we doing? 8 minutes and we're doing 5 raw, right? So again, we're probably looking at a respawn once I kind of get a little better at it, where we're going to be doing, 6+, right? Almost certainly. And 0 supplies. I don't know if it's 0 supplies. Maybe it'd be 0 supplies again if I was focusing a little more, probably. All right, feels great. Feels great. Yeah, I think at this rate, it's probably going to be Sorcerer after all, after the rebalance. I'm sorry I'm not reading all the comments. I'm yeah, actually trying to focus for this little showcase. Because yeah, I'm actually really excited that it finally feels good. 5.7 raw 10 minutes in. With scuffed equipment. I like what I'm seeing. And I'm sure I could improve the lap a bit as well. And I'm not even using the right element, right? Actually using energy would be considerably better in all likelihood. Like maybe we're overkilling even a little tiny bit. Yeah, I think we're starting maybe to overkill. We need to maybe do a bigger pull somewhere here. Parcel the 13 soul codes to Kuznia. Yes, thank you, Arg. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let me know how much they were on Priv. And yeah, you can see that I'm still like missing waves and shit. Like this is far, very far from like peak MS gameplay after the rebalance. And you know, the results are looking good. Even with, you know, very subpar playstyle. And again, this is not even like necessarily like one of the best places, right? Shit, we could, you know what I kind of want to try? I want to try Sphinxes. I don't know if I have access. Kind of want to try Sphinxes, dude, with the death rotation. We're actually right here to try Sphinxes. 5.8 raw. Let's see what we get after this pull. And maybe we'll go to Sphinxes. Don't think I need to do another lap. Already feels great. Oof, crit death UE. There we go. We just crossed 6 KK raw 13 minutes in. So this is 6 KK raw with wrong equipment, wrong stance, because energy would be better, scuffed gameplay. Yeah, I don't know. Feels good. I think someone like Sfar, once he optimizes his gameplay, he could probably be doing 7 KK raw on this character at Isavi. And is that like the best spawn available? Probably not, right? It's not even likely not the best spawn available. Now try with Druid, using only 2 spells. Yeah, and hella comfortable as well, right? With no bounties, no praise. I have 2 charms only. Bro. Let me just pick up some more manas. And let's try Sphinxes, right? If I have access. I think I do. Kill Maresh. Looks like I have some shit done here. Don't know. We'll see. But looks good, man. I think we may be going for that sorcerer playthrough after the rebalance. Obras? Try Deep Link Fork. You mentioned I don't have Deep Link Fork, but let me choose. What are you talking about? What is so good about Deep Link Fork? Let me see. 5 crit chance. 15 crit damage. 10% of fishing as extra damage for spells. Why would this Or just crit chance. Oh, so it can be imbued with powerful crit, can it? This one. 2 slots. So you just go loads of crit chance and crit damage with low blow, savage blow. Interesting. I don't know if it's actually going to be better, but yeah, maybe. So is the new Sorc rotation just Great Fire and Death Echo? Yep, I think so. Yeah, that's what I would say. We're going to try an energy stance. Oh, shit, we only have 15 minutes, right? Does the test server finish in 15 minutes? Let's go. Let's go before they turn off my test server, bro. All right, let's try, oh, do I have those done? Oh, I don't have those done. Let me stick charms on for those real quick as well. Oh, I don't have Crypt Wardens. I do have Sphinxes, though. We've got 1 charm. All right, let's see how it goes. I'm gonna not gonna just look at all the comments. I'll try and pick up some questions here and there, but kind of want to focus while we have the 15 minutes of test server left. See if this is actually any good. Feels kind of good so far. Not gonna lie. Feels feels pretty good. Move over, EKs. This is a sorcerer respawn now. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. Feels good, feels broken. Nah. Don't give them any ideas. Sorcerer finally, solo sorcerer finally good, please. I like what I'm seeing. Still a little tight for the kiting, for pulling everything. We can try. Yeah, it's good. I don't know what spots will be really good for MS. This seems like it's probably going to be one of the top tier respawns though. But like, I don't know what level you could come here. Like, I am hitting like barrier buffer every now and then, so it's not super easy. But then with buffer like this, I'm never going to die, right? Because buffer OP. Oh no! God damn it. Why can't you test anything on this stupid fucking test server, dude? Oh. A good test. Well, it felt good. It felt good. I'm sure it is going to be really good. I guess we've got 10 minutes. We can go for like an energy rotation somewhere real quick. Maybe Nagas. See if we can get to Nagas for a few minutes. What is buffer? I'm sorry. Buffer, once you drop down to 0 health or 1 health, the damage starts getting taken from mana instead by default. So you don't die when you like reach 0 health as long as you have mana. Although the damage taken from buffer is 8x the damage you take. So if you have 10,000 mana, you can take an extra 1,250 damage after hitting 0 health before dying. What spell rotation you using? I mean, for for the Death of Fire, is literally just Death Echo and Fire Wave. Doesn't get much simpler than that. For the energy one, you want to have at least tier 1 beam mastery for the wider beams. And then I have Energy Wave, Death Echo, Energy Beam. Although what messes me up here is the cooldown reduction from the beam. This is crazy, but I unironically would prefer to not have the damage reduction on beam mastery because it messes up my rotation and it throws me off. Because sometimes if I use the energy beam correctly and I reduce the cooldown, then I use energy wave instead of death echo. Yeah, which kind of throws me off. Like now that I used energy wave after energy beam because I had the cooldown reduction from the beam. I'd rather not have that. On again, like it kind of froze me. Not gonna lie. You have to really keep track of how many targets you hit with the beam, and then you're gonna know if the next spell you do is gonna be energy wave or energy or death echo. It's kind of tricky, but I guess if I practice, I'll get used to it. Anyway, I assume, as you can see already, was the CD on the buffer? 0. There is no CD. Just don't use MAB. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose you would just not use the multi-action button, but it's so comfy. It's so comfy not to use multi-action though. I love multi-action, but yeah, you're right. I suppose for energy rotation, maybe I wouldn't use a multi-action. Maybe I would use energy wave, energy beam multi-action. But then spell echo, death echo on a separate hotkey, so to make sure I use it every 4 seconds. Yeah, you're right. That's what I would do. That's what I'm gonna do when I get when it's released to get used to it. That's what I'll do. Yeah, good point. Goddamn cooldown reduction. Don't need it. I will use death echo every 4 seconds. Wait, it feels good. Paper vocations? I mean, it's not a paper vocation anymore. You're like unkillable with barrier, dude. You really don't need to worry about dying. Unless you really overdo it. Yeah, it feels really fun though. Feels fun. That's the main thing. Like the power level is one thing, but like it's just fun. You know? It's just really fun. Finally, for somebody who's never enjoyed mages, it's finally fun, dude. I don't know what the results are going to be like, but I expect they'll be pretty good. Unlucky, Uhach. Unlucky. Time to change vocation. Yeah, I just need to figure out this multi-action. Yeah, for energy, you definitely don't want to use the Death Echo in the multi-action because yeah, you get messed up by the cooldown reduction on Beam Mastery. Or at least I do. Maybe I'm just not used to it enough to it to keep track of it properly. But yeah, I think I would prefer not to have this this cooldown reduction. Is this a proper spawn for your level? Seems like you're cruising through it. Yeah, I mean Nagas for like a level 500 is pretty good, right? I mean it's yeah, I think that this would be a good level to go to Nagas generally. I think you can definitely come earlier now. I think a sorcerer after rebalance can probably come here like 400 or so, maybe even a little earlier. And looks like we've got 3.5 raw in 4 minutes. I just don't want to say anything else. I should just turn off this stream right now, I think, in case Tipsoft's watching. Perhaps I should just fake a disconnect or something and just drop off. Hey, Palm. Trash talk ED a bit more. What is there to trash talk ED about? Everyone's already said the piece on forum. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the thing is the changes that the druid needs is just I feel like it's not something Tipsoft's willing to do. So I don't know. Don't play solo ED, I guess. Amulet. Oh, it's gone ages ago. It's gone like half an hour ago.
Je babře, a ty chuju babře.
Try Buried Cathedral. Test server's turning off in 2 minutes. I ain't gonna try anything else. 4.8 KK raw 6 minutes in. This is gonna be like 7 KK raw as well. Holy. Insane stuff. Insane stuff. Shouldn't use you more UEs. Yes, of course I should. I don't have Tibia vision set up. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like I'm pulling these results in all these places while basically having like scuffed gear, scuffed charms, don't even using Tibia vision so I don't track the cooldown of UE very well. Like there is a lot of potential improvements to be made. I think it's going to be pretty good. MS is going to be pretty good. So maybe we'll be looking at an MS playthrough. There you go. 8 minutes in, 5.5 raw. So that's, yeah, it's going to be 7 raw probably. And I have nothing, right? No charms, no animus. I don't have shit here, dude. Is this a test server? Yes. What do I think? I think MS is going to be amazing. Druid, not so much at the moment. I'm anticipating a lot of changes for the Druid. That's all I'm gonna say. The Druid is the vocation that still needs a lot of changes in this rebalance. Goddamn multi-action. I keep waving because of the cooldown reduction. Keep using energy wave into thin air. It sucks. I need to work on that. Okay, the test server I would expect should turn off any second, unless they're running late. Due to technical maintenance, the game world will go down within the next few minutes. Please log out. There you go. Are you using debuff on them? No. I wasn't even using a stance, dude. There you go. Fuck. I really should turn off the stream. I really should turn off the stream. Ah, there it goes. Server's off. No more test server. What level can you reduce Death Echo cooldown? You need 225 points. So like level 270 or so. And from then you are easy. You are good to go. So the Death Echo is here. So either here or here. I guess if you're going death or fire rotation, this is probably your like starter wheel. You go for tier 1 Lord of Destruction, you get your tier 1 cooldown reduction on the Death Echo, and you're good. If you're going for the energy stance, then the other direction, right? Then you'll go here, and 25 points here, and you get your tier 1 beam mastery and death cooldown reduction. There you go. Damn, was so focused on your stream that I used last hit to Scarlet from close and died instantly on my 4-3-5 MS. I'm sorry. I guess I should be a little bit less engaging. How long after P3 you think changes will hit live servers, and you think we're having summer update or not? We're going to have summer update, of course. I would love the changes to hit live on the week of the 25th, 26th, 27th, so 2 weeks from now. I think it's unlikely. I think we're going to have the release 3 weeks from now, in the week of the first week of June, is my prediction. Hello, Antaria. You just missed the test server showcase. Bro, isn't better Death Echo at first and multi than waves? Repulsor, I see what you mean. It won't work after. Well, maybe you could do that. Maybe you could do it like that, or you can just have 2 different hotkeys. Because also after the UE, you would every time cast a death spell afterwards, right? Yeah, but that is a solution as well, Repulsor. Do you think there is a chance for 4th week of test server? No, I don't think so. I hope not, and I don't think so. Got a holiday booked from the 1st to 11th June. Nice, Palm. Well, I've got the holiday the week before. If it doesn't release on the week of the 25th to the 29th, then at least we'll have 5 days of like theory crafting and preparing guides for each vocation for after the rebalance. So it's not going to be too bad. Why did I kick it from the test server? Oh, we just need to work. We just need to work on the next set of changes. Let me have a look if there's any post yet. No post about what they're working on. Knight, do you think is in a good place, or it's missing damage? I think Knight is in a fine place, but yeah, I mean, he's never been a scaling vocations. He always had issues with scaling on higher levels, right? Will there be a third one? Yes, there's going to be a third stage next week. Wednesday and Thursday, I think they said. They posted it somewhere. I don't see it now. Where they posted it there. I feel like they updated the news ticker. I think this news ticker from today said that they're gonna have the next stage next Wednesday from the 20th to the 21st of May. It seems to be gone now though. All right. You know what we're gonna do now, because I have to finish this stream. Is it on the live Tibia website? It's on the main Tibia website. Okay. Not the test one. All right, let me have a look. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Third stage from May 20th, 10:30 to May 21st. Shouldn't be Tuesday and Wednesday. I guess they're giving themselves an extra day. But yeah, like if the test server finishes on Thursday, 4 p.m., I don't know if we can realistically expect them to have it ready and released like 3 business days late on like the Tuesday, the 26th, right? Unlikely. I hope so, but I think it's unlikely. All right. Do you know what we're gonna do now? Because I need to finish in like half an hour. And I guess this is the end of week 2. I'd like to record a little video for YouTube where we talk about our feelings at the end of week 2. Give a little summary of all the changes, etc. So maybe we'll do that. 2nd of June rebalance. Yeah, I think it's likely. I think it's 2nd of June seems likely. I have a chance to finally finish Owen. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I'm glad I'm not that into Boss Jerry. Why do knights have 2 different Exeter spells? He's supposed to pull all the aggro around to himself anyway. One Exeter spell covering the whole screen would be enough. Yeah, that would be enough. That for sure would be enough. A little strong, I would say. For solo monks, I think Sanctuary will compete with the old build. I think Sanctuary is going to be better. Sanctuary with Flurry of Blows is my expected go-to wheel after the rebalance for monks. Considering the power level of MS and RP, no way they should nerf Exori Min. Agreed. MS and RP are looking very strong. PoE 2 on the 29th with rebalance not live yet? Maybe. Why not? I haven't played PoE in a while. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll do that. Don't think there will be many places where chain will be the go-to. All right. All right, that's it. That's it. I'm turning off all the channel rewards. I'm turning off all channel rewards that make sounds because I want to record that video for YouTube. We'll put them on later.
Yeah, bumsy. I think who you bumsy. Mama, man.
This is my not impressed face. All right. I think I've turned it all off. I think I've turned it all off. Oh, I left the copium and the pets. Oh, you're still gonna abuse those, aren't you? Still gonna abuse those. At what level are you thinking FOB will be better than chain? As soon as you get a greater gem, I suppose. As soon as you've got a greater gem in the sanctuary wheel with FOB tier 1, maybe. I don't know actually, because yeah, maybe chain with tier 2 ascetic and greater gem will still be better. Not sure. Honestly, not sure. Not sure. We're gonna have to think about it and test it. Yeah, no, there is still just one. There is 2 Exeter spells. That guy was just saying that you should combine 2 Exeters into one, but at this point, there's still 2 Exeters. Don't worry. You're taking Greater Gem and T1 FOB over Chain. I'm taking Sanctuary over Chain. I don't think you ever go for, well, maybe you go for T2 Chain for some low density respawns, but Sanctuary is very, very good. When will the update be released? We don't know. Likely the week of the first week of June, I would say. Test server already off? Yep. All right. Let me do a quick video. Let me do a quick video for YouTube later, sharing my thoughts, and you guys can hear my thoughts about day 2 test changes. Phase 2 changes and where we are at the moment. And stay quiet about Sorcerer, please. Palm, I have to be honest. My reputation depends on me being honest. If Sorcerer gets nerfed, I can just play Paladin. I'm sorry. I can play whoever. Is it harder to play MS or Monk in your opinion on similar levels? I'd say Sorcerer is still harder. And gonna be harder. I think Sorcerer even still has a higher skill cap than Monk. Why nobody tested Death Beam with 2 or more base damage? Because Death Echo feels so good. You kind of use that as your death spell. Nobody really likes using beams and waves all that much, ultimately. So you kind of make your rotations around Death Echo, which now feels amazing compared to waves and beams. I suppose you could go like it's some Death Echo, Death Beam rotation, maybe. But you can only use 1 death spell if you're going for a fire or energy rotation, right? The chain of penitence. I think it's not that much better. Unfortunately, it's not that much better with the changes recently. How do I feel about MS right now? I think it's great. It's great. It's really great. I've just been playing MS. You can rewind the stream a bit if you want. I'll have a lot of fun. I think MS is going to be great. Okay, sorry guys. We're gonna record a video now for YouTube. You can hear my thoughts about each vocation. And yeah, we'll do a little update next, and we can maybe still chat for a few minutes afterwards. It's not going to be such a long video, okay? Hello, YouTube. Right now, we've just finished the phase 2 of the Vocation Rebalance test server, so I thought I'd do a little opinion video on where we are at the moment in the Vocation Rebalance. There is going to be a stage of phase 3 next week, starting on Wednesday, if they didn't get the days wrong. So we're still going to see some changes, although I have to say, you know, just as a quick summary, I think 4 out of the 5 vocations are already in a pretty good place and probably don't need any major changes. So we're just going to talk about some of the things that they've added in this week and how it's changed and where I think the vocations are. So here we have the changes that they just published today. So if you're staying on top of all the news, you'll probably be familiar with this. First of all, there have been a couple of changes tonight, primarily to front sweep or Exori Min. They've increased the base power of the spell and also gave it some crazy strong perks in the wheel. First of all, we have plus 40% base power in Augment 1, which is, you know, 50 points. So you can have this from level 100. And then you also have Wheel of Destiny 2, increase the shape to 2 additional squares to the sides for a 5 total squares. Now, this is super strong. It gets a base damage of 112 once upgraded, compared to, I believe, 92 for Exori Gran. So it's like 30% stronger than Exori Gran. Very, very good. Oh, why do we have this clown thing? Let me turn that off. Where is that still on? It's on Twitch, isn't it? God damn it. I do apologize. I do apologize, YouTube viewers. I thought I had disabled that. Well, now I've disabled it, so we won't be hearing that. We won't be hearing that again. Damn it. God damn it. Anyway, back to where we were. Exori Min. Upgraded Exori Min with the extra base power is very, very, very powerful. I don't really see where Exori Mass fits in now, because it's like 3 times more powerful than Exori Mass, and it's way easier to use. You know, anytime you don't have like 12 monsters around you, it's better to use Exori Min. I do think, you know, maybe you still use Exori Mass for like very, very high health end game team hunting with, you know, where monsters have like 30,000 health or whatever, and the charm procs from Exori Mass are so valuable. Other than that, I just I don't think you can give up Exori Min with this much power. It remains to be seen if they actually nerf it or not. At the moment, it seems very powerful. I don't know. I'm kind of happy with it. I think we kind of back to this old school rotation of Exori Grant, Exori Min. Forget Exori Mass, forget the new spells. The new Spell Slam is still very good defensively and maybe used in team hunts. Or in case of like a situation where you get yourself trapped and you feel like you're going to die, maybe you're going to use Shield Slam to reduce some of that auto attack damage in the next rotation, maybe. But with Exori Min this strong, you probably do not use Shield Slam as a core part of your rotation. Anyway, overall, I think Knight is in a pretty good place. Except they've also changed the ranged Exeter for the Knight, which now is like a big area around you, but it's smaller than Monk's Exeter, so you end up not hitting the like really distant targets. So I don't really like it. I prefer old EK ranged Exeter. I don't know how they fix it. Maybe they need to add extra targets. Maybe they need to add, I don't know, probably just increase the size. I'm not so sure about it. I would almost prefer they go back to the old range Exeter targeted. Maybe add an extra jump range, add a couple extra targets, something like that. I'm not feeling the new range Exeter. So I expect to see some changes to the new range Exeter for the EK still. Other than that, probably not tons of changes. Of course, at a very high level, EK still struggles with scaling. And, when you're hitting only 8 monsters per at a time, kind of hard to scale. But otherwise, EK is in a pretty good spot. I think low level EK is much more powerful from level 100 with the stronger Exori Min. Moving on to Paladin, today we've seen a little bit of a nerf to some of those barrage spells. First of all, they reduced some base damage on the Divine Barrage and moved it into a wheel augment, so you actually would need to invest a fair amount of points into the wheel to get this power to be as strong as it was, yesterday or last week. It's okay. This kind of makes Grenade, again, a little bit more valuable because this was so powerful that I wasn't sure if Grenade's going to be used all that much. I don't know. I don't think it's all that terrible of a nerf either. I was expecting some nerfs potentially to the sharpshooter stance, which is just so much free damage for not such a big downside. But they haven't touched that at the moment. I do expect some Paladin balancing changes still. I don't think there's a lot that is needed. I don't really know where I would go with Paladin right now. It feels fine. It feels fun to play. I'm looking forward to playing it. But I don't really know how powerful it's really going to be. It feels good on low levels for sure. I think like a level 3, 4, 500 Paladin is going to be very happy. I'm not so sure about like 1k plus. But ultimately, Paladins were very powerful. So even if they are a little weaker, it's okay, right? I think it's expected. I don't think many Paladins should have been going into the rebalance thinking they're going to come out buffed or stronger after the rebalance. So I think it's okay if they end up being a little weaker, but have more quality of life through using spells instead of runes. I think that's a fine trade-off and a fair trade-off. So overall, I'm okay with all the Paladin changes. I think there's going to be some light tweaks, but I do not expect many changes to the Paladin in the third phase. Sorcerer, today we finally had Death Echo targeting fixed. So now you have it on cursor position. So it's basically smart cast, like the runes. The Death Echo is cast where your mouse is at the time. And this is a massive game changer. This really makes Sorcerer extremely comfortable now. This spell basically hits all around you. So it makes solo playstyle so much easier because there isn't like this one SQM wave at the start, which means that it doesn't hit monsters around you. Death Echo hits everything around you twice. Feels great to use. I think Death Echo is going to be the corner piece of every Sorcerer rotation going forward. Fire and Death rotations likely just use the Fire Wave and Death Echo, switching between the two. Energy rotation probably uses Energy Wave, Death Echo, and Energy Beam. I think Death Echo is in a great place. In fact, I left quite a lot of specific feedback around this edit spell functionality. Primarily, I would love them to add a cast at mouse position for wave type spells, just like it works for the Death Echo. So you wouldn't have to turn for your waves. Your wave would go in the direction of where the cursor currently is. And this could be easily integrated with the auto aim functionality, where at the moment auto aim casts at target, but instead you could just take that logic and instead of target, take the cursor position and just fire off the wave in that direction. I think that would be an extremely lovely quality of life for mage waving, especially now as with the Death Echo, we're already kind of managing the cursor position accurately anyway because of Death Echo. Couple that with the improvement for the waves, I would love that, and I think Sorcerer would be extremely comfortable. I'd be super, super happy. Anyways, already Sorcerer is feeling very, very good. I'm really enjoying it. Looking forward to playing it after the rebalance. We're probably going to play Sorcerer after rebalance. Paladin maybe, but it's going to be between Sorcerer and Paladin. Right now, I'm leaning more towards Sorcerer because I'm really having a lot of fun with it. Looks like it's going to be powerful, and this Death Echo is a really nice implementation at this point. Before we get to the Druid, I'm just going to skip on over to the Monk. So Monk overall hasn't been changed a whole lot this week. We've had some bug fixes. Thousand Fist Blows feels pretty good. Mass Spirit Men still very strong. Overall, Monk is not receiving a ton of changes. This, to me, was expected because Monk is the newest vocation that was only added to the game just over a year ago. So obviously it's already modern and shouldn't need as many changes. Some people are unhappy about it because, you know, all these other vocations are getting all of these new tools, whereas Monk is not getting all that much. To me, that was expected because Monk is the new shiny vocation anyways, but I still think Monk overall has gained some nice changes, some nice improvements. I think the Sanctuary perk of the wheel is actually very powerful now, and that's going to at least adjust the rotations, not the rotations, sorry, the wheel composition of mid-level monks to Sanctuary instead of the chain or ascetic. So I think that's kind of cool. That it is going to make some changes, probably going to make the monks a little bit more powerful for solo. Probably not, dramatically so. Maybe like, 2 to 5% better solo, maybe. But obviously the team hunt buffs around the mentor of application to all the team members is very, very powerful. So team hunt monk value is going up a lot as well. Ultimately, not that many changes. If you enjoyed the monk right now, you're still going to enjoy the monk after the rebalance, but it's not going to change a whole lot. Although you may want to start saving up money to open up those greater gems for that flurry of blows base damage, as it looks like that is going to be the go-to greater gem. So hope you can afford it. And last of all, we're going to talk about the Druid. Druid is the only one out of the 5 vocations that I think still needs fairly significant changes. I think that the Knight, the Paladin, the Sorcerer, and the Monk, all of them, if they were literally released into the game as is today, they'd be more or less fine. Maybe minus their range, except for the EK, maybe that still needs to be changed. But the other vocations all seem pretty fine, more or less, in my opinion. I'd be happy with them as is. Druid still feels, I don't know, it doesn't quite click for me yet. Like the forks are interesting, they're good to use, they fun to use, kind of like the chain on the monk. If you've been playing the monk, you've probably enjoyed the chain. Forks feel kind of similar, but it's just kind of difficult to make them work as a rotation because first of all, there's 6-second cooldown. Now, at least they've improved their perks by allowing you to reduce the cooldown to 4 seconds. So theoretically, you can combine 2 of them on a 4-second cooldown, just go back and forth with those 2. But ultimately, this is earth and ice damage. And the problem for the Druid, in my opinion, is that Druid is now the only vocation really in the game that doesn't have like proper elemental conversion. Maybe Paladin as well, but that's a sort of different topic. But, Knight has all the elemental weapons. He can convert his spells to whatever element works. Now, same with Sorcerer, right? He can choose between fire, death, and energy. And, on every respawn, one of those elements will work. Same with Monk. He can convert his spells to earth, energy, or physical. Now, Druid is just... And Paladin has, like, physical and holy. But, like, the whole game feels like it's balanced around holy and physical being fine. So that's not a problem because those elements basically work everywhere. But Druid is just kind of stuck with ice and earth, and it's pretty rare that a respawn is weak to both of those elements. Sure, you can use it maybe at like Gazer Spectres, right? There's probably a few more respawns where you can use both of them, but generally speaking, it's going to be pretty rare that you can use both of those, right? Which means that for most respawns, you can only use one of those forks, and then what? And by the way, I'm talking primarily about solo Druid, all solo vocations. I'm talking about solo, right? That's who I am. I'm a solo player, so obviously it goes without saying I'm talking about solo. Team Hunt Druid is still fine, but for solo, what do? You use your fork, and then what? You use your strong ice wave, which, well, first of all, you need to invest like over like 600 points to get the enlarged area of strong ice wave, which, by the way, is good once you unlock all those points. But then then Druid kind of sucks until level 700 or whatever. Then you've got the Terror Wave, which again really sucks. The area of it is not that great, and the spell itself is not really all that great, and the damage is just not there. So you're just kind of stuck with like one fork spell, which, assuming it even works at the respawn you're at, it only hits like 5 targets. The damage is okay. The usability is okay. I don't know. It just doesn't glue for me just yet. I don't know what I would really change here. I left some feedback that I'm pretty sure is going to be ignored, but I did leave some feedback around adding more physical spells for the druid and really leaning into all vocations having like 3 elements. You know, sorcerer has fire, energy, and death. Monk has physical, earth, and energy. Let druid have ice, earth, and physical, right? Give him a physical fork, give him some new other physical spell, maybe give him stances the way sorcerer has. So he has a physical stance where he converts his spells into physical, has an ice stance where he can convert his spells into ice, into earth as well. And then you could at least have a proper rotation with these forks and with the waves when you convert the elements. Right now, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work. And also those spells don't even really work, especially don't really work very well against ranged creatures. Like they only have like a jump range of 3 or something. So if you are kiting at like Nimesats or you are kiting at Ingol or places like that, right, with ranged creatures, you are never ever hitting ranged creatures with those forks. And if you target the ranged creatures and hit them with the forks, then you're not hitting everything that's melee. It just doesn't seem to work very well. And Druid seems like the only vocation that is still kind of forced to use runes, right? But the runes were nerfed in size. So I don't know. I don't really know what the Druid is supposed to do. It just doesn't feel quite finished. So like I said, in summary, I don't really know what they should do with these forks. I feel like they kind of in a corner and they're kind of trapped, and I don't really know what they do without like breaking the forks. They could increase the jump range by like 2 even more. They could increase the targets by like 3 or whatever, but then they almost would be broken in respawns where they work, and Druid would still be scuffed in respawns where those elements don't work. I don't really know. I don't know where they go with Druid. Maybe they just say Druid is a team hunting only vocation and that's that. I don't really know. We're going to see. But yeah, ultimately, in summary, pretty happy with where the monk is, very happy with where the sorcerer is. I'm okay with where the paladin is. I haven't played it like a ton. I think it's more or less fine. If high level paladins are complaining that it's weaker, I think okay. I mean, it was so powerful for so long. It's kind of fair that they take away a little bit of power from high level paladins, in my opinion. Knights are more or less fine as well. Maybe just some work on the Exeter and Press. And Druid, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know what Tipsoft needs to do to make the Druids both fun and viable and versatile for solo play. I feel like it's very, very hard for them to find a solution for the Druid. We'll see what they cook up. I do expect majority of the changes in phase 3 to be concerning Druids. Anyways, this is all I have for you today. So this is end of phase 2 test server. There is going to be a phase 3 next week. I'm on vacation next week at that point, so I'm probably not going to be covering phase 3, but of course I'll be reading and following the updates. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the test server so far, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. All right, we back, streamers. We back, dear viewers, although I do have to finish in a few minutes anyways. And whoever did that fucking peepo clown, I'm looking up. I'm looking who did that. Who was it? Super Cakes. Nah, I don't ban him. I can't ban somebody for using the channel rewards that I created. My fault. Can I paste the soul points ID again? Sure. I mean, I wasn't looking at chat, so anything that you may have said over like the past 20 minutes, I wouldn't have seen. So if you have any things you want to ask me or talk about, feel free. I have to finish in like 10 minutes. My only hope is that they add Amprez functionality to fork spells. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad, Luquinho. Have you left that feedback? I like it. I think that would solve a lot of the problems. Seems like people didn't like very much the opinion about soul points, but I'll say it one more time. In my head, it seems like a good idea to spend soul points, like 15x soul points for each time the barrier comes into action. And it's kind of like, okay. I mean, I think linking it to soul points is not necessary. I see what you mean though, like giving it a few charges that you use up that they regenerate over time. I think the idea is fine. Basically, have like a charge, have like the barrier, have like up to 10 charges of proccing, but they regenerate every minute or something, right? So it's kind of like that. I think that's a fine idea, maybe. But I think just the soul points is kind of a unnecessary complication, right? I don't think they need to link it to the soul points. But overall, overall, like having like some charges where you can't just use it all the time would be fine. But making it too harsh also I think is not a good idea, right? I think the point is they do want Sorcerer and Druid to feel safe enough that they can push respawns, Soul Tainter versus Crypt Bile, which one is better? I think Soul Tainter is better. I looked at the Crypt Bile, like it's nothing in there. Like I think there was some energy penetration proficiency, so maybe Crypt Bile would be better for like an energy rotation. But I think Soul Tainter is just better overall, though. I've been playing around with my damage calculator Excel, comparing FOB and sweep and takedown gems. And if Spot still favors VOH, ST gem is better than FOB. Okay. Yeah, I guess it'll depend if VOH or VOJ is like the go-to, right? At the moment, though, on live, I usually like VOJ. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What type of weapon do you prefer for a knight? So at the moment, sword is the best weapon type for knights, but it is the most expensive. So if money isn't a problem, I would go for swords. When you were doing Monk Hunt in last live stream, your FOB was able to be used 3 times really fast. Was that due to perk or did they change the cooldown of it? No, FOB always had a 4-second cooldown. So there was no issue on the FOB, unless you mean greater flurry of blows and you're just not aware that the regular flurry of blows now has an enlarged area through the wheel, which makes it seem the exact same size as greater flurry of blows. If money is not a problem, skill all weapon types and swap weapon every update. I still think it's not a good idea. You're better off just scaling permanently one skill and being just more powerful in that one. Pray for +2 targets on forks. Don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with the druid. I honestly don't know what they're gonna do with the druid. Don't know. For the sanctuary, would you use an ascetic gem or a spiritual outburst gem, or neither of them? I would probably use the mastery, right? I think ascetic probably. I think I prefer ascetic. It's just simpler to use. Grip Slice is absurdly powerful. You won't get amazing damage, but you get consistent damage. Okay, I don't know much about the crypt weapons for EKs. I haven't really tried them. Surely this improves the ED play somewhat. I mean, they nerfed the runes, right? So what changes between current live version of Druid versus this proposed version of Druid? In certain respawns where forks work well, yeah, the gameplay is improved. But I think in a big part of respawns that where the forks are suboptimal, you just end up keep using runes, just with a smaller area of effect. It's not like Druid is getting like drastically worse or anything. But if you compare to the benefits that like a sorcerer is seeing in the rebalance, yeah, it's hard not to feel bad as a Druid. It's kind of like a comparison to other vocations and what they're getting. Fill in Ulus. Yeah, filled in Ulus would be cool too. And the Druid stances suck. Yeah. Yeah, the Druid stances aren't very exciting either, right? Paladin stances, quite cool and very unique. The Druid, I mean, with the Druid stance, which like heal somebody else is okay, but the offensive one is kind of boring, right? I guess you get a little bit more damage. Great. Where you go in FOB, then FOB, then FOB. Yes. Their rotation was FOB, GFOB, FOB, 1,000 fist blows, FOB. I skipped chain, I believe, in that rotation. RP healing ain't great. Yeah. You mean the defensive ones? You know what? I feel like the stances on the paladin, I feel like they need to have the cooldown reduced. I feel like the good paladin gameplay would be to stance switch where you get in trouble. But the thing is, now they're like 30 seconds. And you just not really want to do it, right? Make them much more change the healing even more. Like in the sharpshooter stance, go from 15% reduced healing to like 40% reduced healing. And in the defensive one, go to like plus 30% increased healing. And then lower the cooldown to like 5-10 seconds. So that, you open up a box in sharpshooter, you keep fighting. As you see you dropping in health, switch to the defensive one, heal up, go back to the sharpshooter. That kind of gameplay could be kind of interesting, maybe. They're 10 seconds now, are they? Okay, so that's kind of already potentially doable. I swear they were 30 seconds. The sorcerer ones are definitely 30 seconds. Maybe the paladin ones, I got them wrong. Okay, that's kind of okay then, I think. Dance swapping and ring swapping. Well, no more ring. Well, I guess ring swapping, you can go for might ring. You probably don't want to go for energy ring anymore. It's kind of making me not want to continue ED. Yeah, I mean, you may want to wait. You may want to wait for next week. I do expect there to be some changes for ED. Anyway, I'm going to have to finish, guys. I'm going to have to finish. I just noticed the time. I should have kind of finished like 6 minutes ago. So thanks for watching, everybody. I wasn't planning this stream, so it's kind of impromptu anyways. Not that long, but, at least we got some testing in there. Sorcerer, chef's kiss. Very nice. Really enjoying Sorcerer. Let me just have a quick check if there's anybody on Twitch. It's Fiery streaming. Rubinos is streaming. I've been meaning to raid out to Rubinos on Twitch. So let's raid out to Rubinos. Next stream. When's going to be the next stream? Maybe Friday afternoon. At the same time. Yeah, that probably Friday afternoon. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Love you all so much. Let's raid out to Rubinos on Twitch and everybody on Kick and YouTube. Just bye-bye, I guess. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all hopefully on Friday. Bye-bye.